Hi everybody, welcome back, and it's a wonderful Monday here in West Virginia. We are here in honor of Earth Day 2020. It's 50 years for Earth Day in West Virginia and around the world, and so today we are going to focus on peregrine falcons. They are known as the world wanderers. We're going to talk about that a whole lot. Let's take a look at one of the largest peregrine falcon restoration projects in U.S. history, right here in the New River Gorge.
Ooh. Huh. You know what to do.
This is a little male.
Yeah.
You can see the size difference already.
Yeah. Out of the same nest though, right?
Stop it, you little brat. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you all.
It makes holes
There you
in their
go.
wings and stuff.
Alright, back in the box. Now we get to go on a very short walk.
They're living amazing.
During the winter. Did you get it? It's pretty quiet. Oh, there we go. There's the sound. You can't see his feet. Baby pictures. Gotta love it.
Oh, they're happy now.
Here.
Like
From 2006 to 2011, Three Rivers Avian Center teamed up with the West Virginia Division of Natural Resources, the New River Gorge National River, which is a national park, and the states of Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Virginia, and we worked to try to get peregrine falcons reintroduced back into West Virginia. In West Virginia, peregrine falcons are listed as a priority species of greatest conservation need, which is basically an endangered species. We don't have the legislation, it's all rulemaking. What you see here is peregrine falcons that have just come out of the hack box and are learning to fly here in the New River Gorge. The idea was to put peregrine falcons out and get them out into the gorge where they can spread out and help populate the southern Appalachian Mountains. Peregrine falcons nest in cavities on cliff faces and rocky crevices where it's just a scrape on the ground. This is Dori, and Dori is actually an offspring of one of the peregrine falcons we released. He was a part of the nesting that was done, wild nesting actually, in the New River Gorge Bridge, and he was learning how to fly 5 years ago and blew it. Either he got hit by a vehicle or he flew into the part of the bridge or something, but he was found on the trail underneath the New River Gorge Bridge with a shattered elbow. There's no way to fix that, so we were able to get it into a comfortable position, but Dori is with us for the rest of his life. We've had him since he was just a few months old. He's now 5 years old. He'll live to be somewhere between 15 to 20 years old. This is the adult plumage, and if you look at his feet, you notice how big those toes are, especially that middle toe. If you're looking at birds of prey, you can pretty much tell what they're going to be eating by how their feet are designed, and these are bird-catching feet. You'll actually see where the toes are really elongated and have little protuberances to help them grab feathers even better. They eat a lot of wild birds, which include ducks. They're actually called by falconers duck hawks because they're very good at catching ducks. They also go for grebes and coots. They go for smaller ones as well. So some of the songbirds. They go for some chipmunks. They go after snakes on occasion, squirrels on occasion. But most of their diet is focused around small rodents and birds in general. Dori here weighs just around a pound. This is full grown for a male. You notice he has his beautiful blue plumage to his back and a beautiful dark mask across his face. This tells you, with his size and his feet and stuff, it tells you that's a male. We'll show you in a minute a female, and you can see the difference in size. The females are almost a third bigger than the males are. Dori loves coming out to do educational programming, and he loves hanging out and seeing people in general. And this is the female peregrine that we got from the APG manufacturing plant over in Apple Grove, West Virginia, just this past week. You may notice that she is not in a motion limiting cage because she was starting to fight it a whole lot. So we brought her out into the flight barn, into a specially set up cage where she can move around some, but she doesn't feel like she's panicking because she's enclosed. It accomplishes the same mission, and we're just going to keep feeding her a good bit of food and make her fat and happy and let her just sit there for a couple of weeks. Peregrine falcons are a species of concern here in West Virginia because they were on the endangered species list for the nation for a long time. They were a victim of the pesticide DDT in the 1940s and 50s. We stopped using DDT in 1972, but it is pervasive in the environment. You may notice that this female peregrine has, because she is a first-year bird, in other words, she's a year old at this point, she has a lot of streaking. She doesn't have the pretty slate coloring that the adult plumage that Dori has. And that's so to help them hide a little bit better. And here's the adult plumage that Dori has just in comparison, so you can go back and forth a little bit. And this is all going to change. By the time she starts getting to be 2 years old, a lot of this is going to change. It's even going to change within this year to some extent. She'll start getting the pretty creamy colored belly with a little bit of a wash, and she'll get the beautiful slatey blue coloring by the time she's age 3. Peregrine falcons have a high mortality rate. If you can imagine, they dive down out of the sky in excess of 200 miles an hour. Actually, they've been clocked by the U.S. Air Force in a dive at 263 miles an hour. In comparison, a human being passes out at 90, so you can just put that in. But they don't live a long time in the wild if they're not really super careful individuals, and a lot of them are not. The average peregrine falcon does not make it to breeding age at age 3. This is one that would probably have not have made it had not somebody cared about her and intervened and rescued her and gotten her to us. So this is a success story, and we expect to be able to release her back to Apple Grove and have her folks see her flying around for a while.